My name is Samantha Vance. I'm 36 years old, and I'm a single mother raising my 10-year-old son. Toby.1 meeting changed my life. My supervisor called me into her office and quietly placed a document on the desk. I picked it up and started reading. The company wanted to cut my salary by 60%. My yearly pay would drop from $130,000 to $52,000. For a moment, I couldn't think. My ears rang, and my heart felt heavy. I wanted to cry, but I stayed calm. I looked at my supervisor and said, "I'd like 24 hours to think about it." She nodded, and I walked out without saying another word. The second I reached my car in the parking garage, I broke down. I locked the doors and cried until I couldn't cry anymore. I had given that company 9 years of my life. I worked late nights. I missed holidays with my family. I skipped vacations. I put my job before everything else. Now they were treating me like I meant nothing. I joined Vanguard Systems when it was a small company with only 15 employees. We worked in a tiny warehouse, and everyone believed we were building something special. I worked harder than anyone. I stayed late almost every night. I helped bring in new clients and build strong relationships with them. Within 4 years, I was managing the company's biggest accounts. Those clients brought in most of our income. When Toby's father left us for another woman, my job became the only thing keeping our lives together. My paycheck covered our mortgage. It paid for Toby's asthma medicine. It gave us security. After 6 years, I became senior vice president of accounts. I led a team of 8 people and finally felt my future was secure. Then everything changed. A huge company called Titan Corporation bought Vanguard Systems. During the announcement, our founder stood on stage smiling. He talked about exciting opportunities and a bright future. But after the sale, everything became worse. The founder became rich. The rest of us lost almost everything. Employees started losing their jobs. Departments became smaller every month. My team was reduced from 8 people to only 2, even though there were fewer workers. The amount of work kept growing. I worked nearly 70 hours every week. Sometimes I answered emails at 3 in the morning. One evening, Toby looked at me and quietly asked, "Mom, why do you always work instead of coming to my soccer games?" His words broke my heart. I kept telling myself things would get better. I believed the company needed me because I managed its biggest clients. I was wrong. One afternoon, Human Resources invited me to another meeting. A corporate executive named Donald Sterling was waiting inside. He smiled politely and said the company was reorganizing. Then he explained what that really meant. They were taking away my title. They were giving my clients to corporate headquarters, and they were cutting my salary by more than half. They expected me to accept it because they believed I had no other choice. They knew I was a single mother. They knew I needed the health insurance. They thought I was trapped. I stayed calm. I'll let you know my decision tomorrow.